Hey, it's Monday. It is Monday, but it's a holiday Monday in the States. So I'm wondering if a holiday Monday is as bad as a normal Monday. Let's find out. Got spotted. Time to move out. We're going to go get Artie safe. Ready to go get Artie safe? Come with me to get Artie safe. A wiggle, jiggle. Oh. Okay. So I'm not Artie safe. Did not get Artie safe. Meanwhile, all right. Now I'm getting charged. Here comes the 100 M1. It's coming at me. I'm Artie safe. I'm behind a big rock. I have to be Artie safe. Look at, he's getting Artie safe. Everyone's Artie safe. Getting Artie safe. There we go. My commander's dead. It's Monday. What the? What? Is that my own GW? I don't have a GW. Do I have a GW? There we go. There we go. Alright, getting back to Artie safe. Here we go. It's Monday, remember. Just hug this rock for a little bit here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not not completely Artie safe, am I? Very stunned. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Let's get back in this fight. Here comes another guy. Here comes another guy. Come on, T20. It's Monday. Get some medicine. There you go. Getting Artie safe again. Getting Artie safe. I have a friend over there. There's my friend. I have a very good friend over on the other side. The M12 is bringing the Monday. Scorpion G got the 49. I'm already safe. Come on, T20. No, we're both spotted. I think this is going to go poorly for me. Yes, it does go poorly for me. There's my friend, the GW, that time. They both have me. I don't suppose the KV3 or the T29 or any of those guys are interesting, but I... Yep, that rock's not really already safe. Just saying. I think as long as we're talking about Monday, we can all appreciate how much Artie stops camping. Really punishes people who sit in the back, right? So this is just me camping. Actually, I think he was going after... He was probably going after that T29. And I ate 267 on the way. Funny thing happened to me on the way to shooting the 263. Got hit by Artie. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Little shot on that guy. Yes. Little track as I go by. Down he... Ooh. Well, there's the other Artie. Yep. So I was camping. I camped around. I was camping right around that object 263. Camping right around him. Let's hide. Let's hide. Let's see what's going on. There's still 3 Artie. Still 3 Artie. So we can find this surf. Things look good, don't they? We got them flanked, right? Well, minus the fact that there's a bunch of TDs sitting hold down or hiding in bushes, and the fact that there's 3 artillery who are now pounding the camping T29. See him camping? The Rev was camping. Maybe is it campsite selection? Is that, maybe that's the part I'm missing. Maybe it's designed to stop camping if you try to camp in the wrong campsite that you didn't pay for. The red campsite, that's not your campsite. So you're colored green, you should be over on the green campsite. If you're colored red, that's your campsite. That may be the piece I've been missing all this time. Very possible. The Sturv, hold down, kicking everyone's rear. I'm not going to be able to come around and get him. Oh boy. And now it's just overextension time. There's really no way to get out of this. I'm getting hit by the Caernarvon. This is a Monday fight right here. I pretty much knew that was going to happen. Basically pushed into a bunch of TDs with artillery backup. Tried to camp in the wrong campsite. That's a Monday thing. And here's another Monday thing. Speaking of Monday things, you ever get to work and find out that a third of your workmates are either on leave or on vacation or calling in sick? And you just know things are going to go bad from there, right? So here I am going to work. Where am I going to work? I'm going to work on Fjords this time. Yes, I said Fjords. Isn't that how you say it? Let's see. Well, there's one guy's calling in sick. Yeah, so Knispel, he's sick. And I can't get my gun depression to work. I'm depressed. And my gun depression is depressing. Let's see. There we go. No. That's a Monday shot right there. Maybe a little rushed. Somebody got on me for not zooming in my shots enough. Maybe that's an example of it right there. Here we go. Let's get this. Zoom in this time. Maybe we can just shoot them right in the old turret. There we go. That works. That works. My workers, my buddies are trying to get into work up there. I haven't even really got to work. That was just sort of a... I had to stop for a coffee there on the way to work. So now I have to keep trucking into work. See how we do here. Got a 50 TP in the mill. And, oh, there's somebody else not coming to work today. Looks like they quit. I guess that person quit. There we go. Now I'm getting some work done. I'm almost at work, though. I'm almost there. That's kind of like doing some work on the phone on the train. I just had a couple things to do. I answered an email. I feel like I've accomplished something today. I'm not really quite to work yet. Uh-oh. But things are really looking bad now. I got 4 guys not here today. 4 guys not here. I got one on vacation. One's called in sick. One quit. Jeez. Alright, I'm getting to work. I'm about to get to work. I know this is going to be a bad day, I can tell. I'm going to have to do a lot myself. Because everybody is sick and calling in sick. Let's get around here and see what we can do. There we go. 243. Why am I firing HE? Don't ask me. I don't know. It's Monday. I probably pressed it somewhere back there, thinking I was going to shoot a Scorpion and managed to load HE. We got all that sorted out now, and we're ready to go. Wait a minute. I just lost another guy. What? I just lost another guy. Uh-oh. Another guy. Well, oh, and another guy. What? I just barely got here. Is anybody coming to work today? Doesn't look like it. I don't think anyone's coming to work today, folks. Gonna have a hard time penning that guy's turret. Oh, what's he doing? Must be on a reload. Don't know. Oh my gosh, I got more people coming up. Or did I just lose another worker? I think I just lost somebody else. There, two. What the? Stop dying. Well, what do you expect? 2 of us tier 9s went to one corner. Didn't really fight much of anything. The rest of the team got rolled up, and it's over. It's a Monday. 3 more guys are dead. This was apparently a race to die, and I was not informed. I could have done a lot better. I.e., I could have died much quicker if I'd have known it was a race to die. Alright, that's enough of that. All it is a last stand and a little more damage. Monday. So Monday can be a real slog. I mean, you know what I mean. Real slog. Even when things are going well, it can be a slog sometimes. Even when you're winning, you feel like you're losing. Remember that hashtag winning? That guy was nuts. Anyway, Monday. Here we go. This one's kind of interesting, actually. Pay attention to the rolls. We'll talk a little bit about this as well, RNG-wise. So we're going to have a 112 here. We're going to zoom in nice and easy. I was told I don't aim enough. Oh, well, that went into the high part of his armor, so I'm going to bounce off that nicely sloped, relatively thick top 112 armor. And the 29 will come around here, and we will work in Echelon. An Echelon. If only I was in Echelon and Fjords, that would be fantastic. 574. All right, well, that's a good roll. It's a 560 gun, right? Got 14 above. Come around here. He's got 599 left. Let's put a shot on him. Ooh, 599. Things are looking up. You know, Guido, you said it'd be a slog. Well, maybe I just used all my Monday luck. A 599 is a pretty high roll. 574 is a slightly high roll. Let's see what happens. Got the 112 down. 2 good. Oh, we just lost a guy. I was going to say we were 2 up. I got a 103 over here. I'm probably not going to get a shot on him. He's sort of hold down. Don't want to push into him there. Lots of action down in the southeast corner. Interesting that they've given up so much map control, but they're doing okay. This is a map where you can actually defend pretty well from the corner, from the southwest corner, and even from the southeast to some extent. So teams that feel like they've got a lot of flank going on like we do can sometimes get in a little bit of trouble if they press too hard, especially with big TDs. We'll come up here, let's see what we got. We'll drop a shot on him. That's a 604. Wow. 604. Maybe I've used up all of my RNG though. 1,777. Let's see what happens. You know, the thing about the rolls in the RNG that's interesting, especially with damage, is that the question is, how do they figure that out? Like, when are the calculations made? Shoot in there, a drop of 41. So that's pretty low, right, on a 560 alpha gun. But I've had some high ones in there as well. So the question then becomes on shots, and we'll have a couple here in just a second, where the guy does not have, say they have 200 hit points, right? It's not possible to low roll him. So what I don't know is what that damage roll was, what the total would have been if he had the hit points to give. But the further question is, how does the game do that? You have to assume that there's a shot at 488, so low again. Although I've had, what, 3 or 4 high rolls. Question is, when does the game make all the calculations? You have to assume that once you fire, obviously it goes to the server, and it decides whether you hit. And if you hit, then all the rest of the calculations have to happen. Or does it always make all the calculations? I have to assume that it has to hit first, and it stops counting if it gets a hit. Sorry, it stops counting if it gets a miss, and then it will do the rest of the rolls if it gets a hit. So here we got a guy. What is he at? Hard to tell. Probably sub 500. He didn't have that many hit points anyway. So the question then is, when you shoot that guy with 200 hit points, you don't know if that was a high or low roll. So as we're sitting around complaining about different rolls and whether it was high or low, there's a 124, for example. That's all he had to give. So you probably, in the end of the day, miss some of those rolls that were high or could have been high. And if all you see is the low rolls, you might say, oh, I always low roll. This tank low rolls. It's terrible. I hate it. But based on the saving throw system and the way the game goes, it's very possible that you had some high rolls in there. You just didn't see them because you didn't need them. Oh, now that's just an example of a miss. So I would assume that there's no information as to whether that was a high or low damage roll, depending on how they mech'd it. And that's the question. That's what I don't know. It seems silly, but it might be easier for the system to always do all the rolls. Although, once again, if you miss, then how can it do module saving throws and other such things and armor rolls and all of that? So I would suspect, at least in that case, it doesn't bother with the rest of it if you miss. But if you hit, it's got to go through all of it. It's got to go through it pretty quickly and then send it back to your client and tell you what you got. That ends up being a win. So really, sometimes Monday, even though you struggle, you have a good day. I'm trying to be upbeat right here. See how we won? Let's find some more RNG, see what happens here. We're on Steeps. That's pretty good. We had a Fjords, and now we're on Steeps. I am lit. Let's see what happens as the foolish man crosses. All right, we bounced one. No, we didn't bounce. Took a hit. That's all right. Oh, what the? Oh, there's a grill up there. He dropped 866. Speaking of RNG. Pretty foolish. And I take another hit right there. That's going to happen if they all position in a good spot like that. And it is very unfortunate that there are map designs like that where you can't even get up in there to start brawling without getting wrecked. You might say, well, Guido, don't cross that open area. Right? Got it. Noted. Noted. But the other team can cross into these rocks pretty easily, whereas the North team has a very hard time doing it. And it cost me a lot of hit points to do that whole act. So probably not even probably, definitely not the wisest thing. But let's see how RNG helps me out here. We can get this guy. There we go. What the? 479. 479. What's interesting also, going back to the discussion earlier, is with the larger alpha guns, the swings are going to clearly be longer. Or longer. Not longer. Larger. Maybe longer. You could describe it as longer, I suppose. There's an RNG that helped me, and then I'm going to end up missing. Meaning that a 560 Alpha gun's going to have a much larger swing, and it'll end up making that 479 look really bad because I'm 70 points lower than I should be. Oh, Nathan Public, 81 points lower than I should be. So we're going to take a couple peeks right there. A little bit worried about the Artie sitting here with my 243 hit points. Apparently somebody's a dipshite over there. And I got a little spotting damage. There we go. That's nice. Let's see if we can get this Carnarvon. Carnarvon. These things have great pen. These little tier 8s right here. And I'm going to probably have a little bit of trouble with him because I shoot him in bad places. But I've got to really expose myself to come around and get up underneath his turret. And he's got that great pen. So I'm going to see if I can't sneak one into. Oh, never mind. He's taken care of. He's taken care of. Alright, let's go around here. Fighting the good fight. Remember I said sometimes Monday can be a slog? Oh, here we go. Watch this. Oh, look at this. This will be great. What? Must have been just left and actually hit his front plate and had an auto bounce ankle. Man, that was rough. Well, that's what this game is, though, you know what I mean? It's a lot of RNG. I should have been ready to shoot that grill going across. That was dumb. I knew he was there. I should have been zoomed in and just taken a snap as I went by. Now I'm in splash danger. Really what I'm trying to do here is just keep that grill thinking about me. Make his poking around that corner a little bit more traumatic. We've got guys all over the cap. This is kind of a weird game. They're really stuffed into this corner. And not only have our guys taken cap, they're kind of spreading out and guarding the cap, and the enemy team isn't making a good effort to get there. And it looks like a lot of them are still hanging out in this corner. The enemy does have an artillery. That makes it difficult to cap on this. It's not really my favorite way to win this map. Not even close. I'm looking for an opportunity to come around on this. Okay, here we go. The grill A. He's fired. I got you. Wait, what? All I can say is I suspect the same thing happened here that happened with the Panther 2, in that I got onto that front plate and it was at an auto bounce angle. Shouldn't I overmatch? Wait a minute, is auto bounce? I don't know. All I do know is I've bounced. I've bounced 2 shots that I feel like should have pinned. Although the mechanics clearly said, you will not pin. But that's a Monday thing, isn't it? That's how Mondays go. Look at us, we're all over the cap. We've removed a bunch of their guns. So let's talk real quickly about that, actually, before we end up capping out. Think about capping in this game, since we've swung from just plain old whining about Monday to a little bit about mechanics and gameplay. Might as well go off into this rabbit trail. The thing about capping in this game is you have to create the conditions for that to work. And if you look at this game, this team has created those conditions, meaning that we've taken enough guns out of the game, the enemy guns out of the game. We have the appropriate control of the spaces that we need. They've taken the cap, but they've also pushed up and defended it and screened it so that they can't come down to the cap. And we've kept the rest of their guns that they have busy enough over here on this side of the map that the conditions for capping are met. Now, I would contend, and I think any reasonable person would, contend that we could easily sweep the rest of these guys up with the advantage we have, the 6-to-1 advantage we have right now. And I would rather do that every time in this kind of case. But let's say our side had pretty much lost. The same thing applies over there. They've got to put some guys on cap and they've got to screen it and keep them off the cap. That would set the conditions for the cap win. So that's something that people need to understand, that it's not a capping game. It can be. I don't like that they capped here. We didn't need to, but it certainly did work. But it does illustrate what you have to do to set those conditions for a cap. Even though this is a very obvious example, the same thing applies if we had many fewer guns in the game. Let's say you just take off every gun out of the game as of minute 10:02. Everyone on the west side of the map of my team is dead. The same thing as you see over there in the east is what has to happen is some guys on cap, but somebody has to get up screen the cap and keep them from being reset. That sets the conditions. So we got real serious on Monday. Maybe if you hung in there, you maybe learned something at the very end of a miserable Monday, a holiday Monday in the States. Hey guys, I hope you have a good week. We'll see you.